Good to start?
Yep, you're good to start.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks guys for coming to my talk on dreams, the wisdom of dreams, and unlocking our authentic self. So my name is Carla Cilvik, and I've been a dream worker since 2019, and I'm certified through the Edgar Cayce Center Association for Research and Enlightenment. It's a center down in Virginia Beach. I'm also a member of the International Association for the Study of Dreams. It's a wonderful organization that's dedicated to everything about dreaming, every aspect. So I'm part of that, and overall I've just been a very vivid dreamer my entire life. Ever since I was a kid, a teenager, I dreamt a whole lot, very vividly, and I had no idea what my dreams meant. And then one day, I think I was 16, my now fiance Dave told me that, or recommended to me, that I should write down my dreams, and that would be helpful. So I started my journaling journey, and I'm glad I did, because I have so many journals now, and it's really fun to look back and see how I've transformed over the years, and to see how my dreams have shifted throughout my life. So I tell everyone, I recommend that they write their dreams down to get their information. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself. And I'm here. So basically I'm a dream advocate. I like to tell everyone that their dreams are important. If you work with them, if you pay attention to them, you can get a lot of messages, a lot of helpful information about anything, about something you're working on, something deeper, everyday guidance, encouragement. I get a lot of affirmation dreams. So it's a really big world. And yeah, so I'm here to tell you that dreams are truth tellers. So they see into your inner core. They see right inside, and they're always trying to bring you back to yourself and bring you into your core. And there was a dream pioneer, another dream worker, I think from the 80s. His name was Montague Ullman. And he came up with the term that everyone has an incorruptible core of being. And that really resonated with me. So to me, that's that inner core, something that can't be tainted, broken, manipulated, or taken away. Like it's the you that's always there. And in waking life, and just life, we go through life and it gets tainted, it gets dirty, it gets covered with the dirt of life. So we're born, we start off with that clean slate, that pure innocence, if you will, that incorruptible core. Life happens, traumas happen, we form beliefs, opinions, and it just all gets all cloudy. So it seems like as we get older, in those early years, we wander further away from the innocence. We wander away from our core. So dreams are a creative way of helping you come back to that core. And they do that in many different ways. They'll show you different images, different places, people. I'm sure you've all had vivid dreams. Maybe I should ask for a moment, how many of you guys are really vivid dreamers? Okay. Pay attention. Awesome. Yeah, so they basically are trying to empower you and telling you where you're at and that there is no right and wrong. So dreams come at the right time. They'll come always when you're ready to get the message. And yeah, sometimes those messages can be frightening and startling and really jar you. And that's kind of the point. They're not here to scold you though, they're not judging you. Again, they're guides, they're helping you. So again, there's no right and wrong in this process. And they're just here to help. And again, your dreams are your subconscious speaking, and I like to believe that's your higher self. So your higher self is communicating with you. So I can share a couple of my own dreams that I had recently to kind of give you an example of how they've helped me just within the past few weeks. So I had a longer dream, so the important part of it was I was at a grocery store, of all places, and there was this marsh right outside of the store. Tall grass, reeds, and here comes a cat. And the cat is wandering toward the marsh, and I'm going to pet the cat, and it goes into the marsh and disappears. And a moment later, a giant bat bursts up out of the marsh and flies above my head, and it's eating insects. And I just look up at it like, oh wow, that was amazing. It was like a bat, like this big. And then the dream continued, and eventually I woke up. But I'm like, wow, what did that bat mean? I wasn't really sure. So when I see animals in a dream, I like to ask, okay, so what is the behavior of that animal? Or what does it do in waking life? So what does a bat do? You know, bats, they come out at night, near twilight.
What the hell is going on with these cameras?
They have sonar, echolocation. They're pretty flexible, agile. So I'm going through all of these things, and I'm like, that's really interesting. So then I did look up the meaning of bat. I have 2 books that I like to use, the Little Spirit Book of Animals and Animals Speak. They're 2 really awesome resources for animals. And when I looked up bat, it symbolized transformation. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Because I'm currently undergoing we're doing like a detox program, essentially. And I've never done a detox program and switched to like a plant-based diet. So it's a pretty big lifestyle change, and I was nervous about it. So I felt like the bat showed up to me to encourage me and let me know I'm ready for this transformation. I could come up out of the marsh, I could fly around, I could, eat what I need to eat, and I'll be okay. So, and then another dream I had was with a horse. So in this dream, I was going to partake in a horse race. And I had already done a race earlier that day, and I did really well. So now in this one, I'm a little nervous, and I'm getting ready to do the race. I'm sitting on the horse, just kind of looking around, and I'm looking at the track ahead of me. It was a dirt track, and now there's a whole bunch of water. So now the track is like a big channel of water, probably up to the horse's knees, like up like on the leg. And I'm like, well, I can't race now. I can't get through the water. I don't know what to do. And now I see another horse coming toward me, and it's just galloping through the water as if the water wasn't even an issue. And I'm like, wow, that's okay, I can do this. Like, now I know that I'm going to be perfectly fine, get through the race. A lot of times water symbolizes emotions. So I think that was the emotional aspect of, and I think again this might have had to do with the detox diet. Again, the feeling emotional about it, nervous, upset, whatever, So yeah, and here I am on my horse, I'm higher up. And the other aspect was that I trusted the horse. So I trusted the horse to take me where I need to go, and the horse was trusting me that I wasn't going to harm it, so we had a bond, we had a relationship, and that made me feel really good too. So again, I took that dream to mean, okay, I'm ready to literally charge forward, take charge, and get through whatever I had to get through. So that's kind of how dreams act as encouragement, and they're just, so they were my helpful guides. And something that you guys could do to have these kind of dreams is to set an intention. So before bed, you want to set an intention, something very specific, or more vague. I like to say, I'm ready to receive. So I'm ready to receive, show me what there is to show. You can say whatever you like, whatever feels good to you. And then focus on a question, something that you're looking for an answer to in a specific area of life. So ask your question after you set your intention and go to bed, like lay down and kind of meditate with that. I like to repeat it a couple times. You can even write down your question and stick it under your pillow. I like to tell people that, and it definitely works. And then dream. See what you dream, and write down what you dream right when you wake up. And even if you can't remember the whole dream, if you just remember pieces, parts, a color, like any little symbol, anything you remember is really important. chances are if you jot that down right when you wake up, later in the day, you're going to remember more of the dream. Or you could even work with just that one color. Ask yourself what that color means to you, or how does it make you feel? Feelings are really important when you're working with your dreams. So always identify the feelings around what's happening. And that way you're honoring the dream. You know, you want to, that's an important part of dream work, is honoring the dream. So thank your dream symbols for coming to you. Thank them and acknowledge them and say, wow, that's really awesome. I'm glad you're here. You can even ask a follow-up question. If you do get an answer one night and you're ready to further whatever you dreamt about, just ask another question. Ask a follow-up question. And you can just keep building on that as far as you want to go. And it's not always the happy dreams that give you the information you need. I mean, nightmares, recurring dreams, frightening dreams, they're all really helpful. I like to tell people that nightmares are actually your greatest ally, because those are the dreams that are coming to you when you need them the most. They're recurring because there's something in your life that you haven't worked through yet. There's something that you're ready to work through. So, again, it's like knocking on the door, like, hello, let me in, I'm ready to, you're ready now to take this on. So pay attention to whatever's frightening you. So exercise you can do when you have a frightening dream, a nightmare, a recurring dream, is to go back in the dream. You could pretend you're watching the dream from the outside, like a movie. And pay attention to everything that's happening. Pay attention to where you're at, how you're feeling, and your surroundings, and definitely pay attention to the frightening thing, whether it's your environment, a dream, another character, an animal, whatever happens to be startling or upsetting you. Just, observe what's happening. I always like to say it's good to detach from the emotion. You want to try to just look at the thing as it is. And then once you notice everything, ask yourself, what can I do differently? Where can I go? What could I say? And then play that out in your head and do something differently. Typically then that will trigger something in a waking life that you could do differently. And then again, thank those dream elements for showing you what you needed to see. Even if you have no idea what they mean in the moment, that's okay. Like, you don't have to figure it out right away. But again, just honor the dream, thank the dream for coming to you. And then what the thing that you could do differently, I like to, a dream I had, that's where I was going. I had a dream with a bear one time. So I'm in my house and I'm looking out the window. And there's this humongous bear, a big black bear. And I'm afraid to go outside because I know this bear is just going to maul me. And it's coming toward the house and it looks like it's going to smash through the window. So now I'm freaked out. And I don't go outside and I wake up afraid of this bear.
You're going to have to reach in.
So in that dream, I went back into the dream, and I went to the bear, and I said, why are you here? Like, what's going on? Like, and the bear essentially told me that it wasn't there to frighten me, it was there to protect me. It was protecting my environment, it was in my space, so that I didn't, maybe at that time I wasn't meant to go out, I wasn't meant to go too far. Or maybe I was supposed to stay in. So then once I told the bear that, it was okay. Like, there was the feeling of the threat went away. So that felt really good. And again, I woke up and I thanked the bear. I said, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing yourself to me.
That's awesome.
So you want to honor the dream.
Yeah.
Very important.
Finally finish up.
Yeah, so even there, you could set intentions, you could ask questions of your nightmares.
That's the only reason I can afford it, because I'm getting paid.
Definitely try to, and it's hard to say detach from the fear, or detach from the emotion, but that's definitely one way to work with it.
One day each way.
And try to isolate
This is your first time.
You can work with it two different ways. I like to take apart the whole dream, look at all the individual symbols, and try to get the meaning of each symbol. But then I like to put it all back together, like a puzzle, and then look at the whole scene, and then say, okay, what's going on in waking life? What is this connecting to? And a lot of times dreams will take you back to childhood, or some traumas or issues.
So give it a vibe by morning.
Again,
Yeah, no,
you're ready to face them at this time.
Right.
So again, make sure you write down or speak or meditate on your intentions. And ask your questions.
All right.
And then dream. And then write. And it's a cycle. You just keep building. Once you acknowledge your subconscious, your subconscious will acknowledge you. And it will give you new messages. Your dreams will always give you new information. Something that you haven't learned, something new. So pay attention to that. And then if you want to work with the dream, that is what I do. So I do one-on-one dream sessions. So feel free to see me. I'm right across the way here. Or I do sessions over the phone or by Zoom. So that's all I have. Does anyone have any questions?
I'm sorry. So sort of, in your dreams, you mentioned the dream that had water and the dream that had a marsh, which is very water. It seems very primordial in that way, like that. And like very elemental that way. And then the animals. Do you find that a lot of people dream in these terms of nature, animals, elemental stuff?
Good question. Well, the symbols are unique to you. So whatever is important to you or whatever is more in your life, that's what's going to show up for you. So I love nature. I'm in nature all the time. I'm very drawn to water in general. So I think that's maybe why I see water and nature. And again, yes, water is very elemental. It gives life. It can be destructive. It has emotion, the emotional aspect. So yeah, I think everyone's symbols are unique to them. It's like you have your own dream language.
So how do you method have multiple dreams or have a dream and then wake up in the morning and it's called right? So is there some method that you use to kind of get yourself to, I imagine as you get into it and do it on a regular basis, it becomes easy, but how do you get over that first time?
I like to, again, with the intention, just kind of set the intention that you will remember your dream. Like I like to say that. I will remember and record my dream. And just repeating that. I also like to use essential oils or herbs. I sniff some lavender oil before bed. Frankincense. I actually have a handout. I didn't bring it with me, but I have a handout of all of these things that could help you. There's also a whole bunch of supplements to take. There's like valerian root and magnesium. So there's lots of different ways to help remember the dreams and induce them. And then, like you said, so once you do start writing, even if you just write a little bit, you're kind of developing that muscle. So it is a practice. But then as you do it, I think it'll become easier to remember your dreams. They'll stick around longer. You're welcome.
Do you keep any crystals near your bed?
Yes.
For dreaming? And if so, what crystals would you recommend for dream recall?
Good question. Yes, crystals are definitely a huge amplifier of dreams. Typically quartz, amethyst, Herkimer diamonds are really powerful. Anything that connects to the third eye, so anything purple, anything blue, celestite, selenite, azurite, that could work too. If you are looking for something more grounding, if you're kind of wanting to avoid the nightmares, you can use some hematite or obsidian or a grounding stone. Yeah, so definitely crystals. Stick them under your pillow, meditate with them, set your intention, and see what happens. You're welcome. My time is up. So thank you, everyone.